Come on. We're like almost to the village. Can we get to the village now? We're back in Hazatok!
Yay!
With droids. And now we gotta go find the secret Reser, because he can res Ren. Let's just be honest, he's not technically a priest, he's just putting robotic parts in people.
Yes.
There we go. Okay, so now it is time once again
to visit Lacus Twine the Third.
Da 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 da. Okay, I'm good. Hi, Lacus. Yes, save our game. Okay, so we're kind of in the last leg of this play session, is I guess the best way to call it.
Mm-hmm.
We have one more thing to do, and that is... we have to go follow the river. If you can call it a river.
The Ren is still poison.
Oh yeah, he is. Okay, we'll take care of that. There we go. Well, at least he has full health.
Yep.
Down, 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 down. Down in a burning ray of fire. Just keep following the river. Ah!
Hey, fire.
Fire hot! I think I figured out what those things are. They're YouTube trolls.
Yes, yes they are.
We apparently didn't... Well, I followed it. What the heck? This was supposed to have something happen. We're just gonna keep following. We may even magic cut it so that people don't have to wait. Oh, there we go!
Oh! Whoa!
Ren transforms into a submersible! Transformers, robots in disguise. Let's see where this passage goes. This is a world within the world of Iridia. Ren transforms back to its original form. People are gonna be like, what the crap are you doing? I'm trying to do the transforming noise. You know, the thing that the Michael Bay movies failed so much at.
You don't like the transforming sounds in that?
No, they did it in the first movie. They stopped doing it in the second and third, and even fourth. I wanted more of that. Alright, so I guess we just follow the path here. I just want to make sure. So people can enjoy this music while we're trying to figure this out. Oh. Okay. I think I know where we're going. So this is basically like a secret biodome kind of thing.
Okay.
In case you hadn't been able to tell, and we went the wrong way. Now, do we need to worry about encounters here? No.
Okay.
This is a secret world. The monsters have not found their way in. So that's just so nice of them, right?
Yep, it's very nice.
No, I didn't want you to... No, I wanted to go back. Dang it. No, I'm not. No, you don't get it this time. Because Ren failed. And I love the music for it. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Apparently we were going the right way, at least to some extent. Kind of pleasant music.
Yeah, it's very nice.
So we're just gonna follow this path. Oh, look, there's a temple right here. Let's go into it. We have protected Laya for over 1,000 years. Cryogenic sleep has kept her alive since the war.
This princess is Leia's younger sister. Strangely enough, she also is named Laya.
Yep.
Because of plot convenience.
Exactly. Laya entrusted the future to her sister. Alright, you take the next one.
My stoke on whatever.
Frigidia.
Frigidia holds the key to truth. Return to the desert and go southwest with Laya. The
portal to Mistoke awaits you there. Alright, so if we go up here... We're having a Noah moment again. Noah, smash! No. I was very young when Laya fought Orakio. She left with a knight who wore a black sword. I must know the truth. Please take me along. Laya joins your party. Except this is technically Laya the Second.
Okay. Well,
Laya Jr.
Well, she's the younger sister, so.
Okay, yeah. And strangely enough, she is also named Laya.
Because we're lazy.
Exactly. Except when it comes to Orakio, we didn't name anybody else that. We just called them all Orakians. Because that made sense, right?
Well, of course, her overworld sprite doesn't match her picture.
There you go.
It's like Alice all over again.
Yeah, pretty much. Alright.
We got the cell phone beat back.
We got the cell phone beat back. Yay!
That's so weird. Just because we get like an extra party member suddenly has to beep.
And then the fifth one we get the drums.
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun. Hi, Lacus the Third. Alright, and with that save done, it actually is time for us to do a little bit of level grinding because Laya kinda sucks.
Oh my god.
She sucks a little bit, so we'll have to work with her a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and take a break for this week. When we get back, we will continue the story of the third generation.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody, to this Let's Play of Phantasy Star 3 for the Sega Genesis. We are Drak and Shadow, and this is, of course, our favorite friend, Lacus the Third. Da 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 da. Yeah, I have no life. So last time we were working on our friend Laya, and she's now a competent level 26.
Okay.
So thankfully she can actually be of help to us now. But now it is time for us to leave Iridia for a new area. Because now with the access to Laya, we have access to yet another area. Do you get it? Do you get it? And we have the cell phone beat back.
Well, we don't have the drums posted.
Not yet. Well, we haven't gotten our fifth character yet.
Oh, true.
We have to get the band back together, Alex.
Every generation.
Every generation. It's our friend, the Finger Titan. He'll flip you off to death. Okay, so we actually just need to go to a different cave. Die, Bullwinkle! Die! And I believe this is the cave we need. And that's supposed to be a bow. I know it doesn't look like it, but that was actually supposed to be an arrow. The mystery star glows and you are inside. So now we can go to a whole new area.
Oh, sweet.
Are people just so happy with that?
I think people are, and they're gonna be, and I know I am.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and get through this long corridor. And while we are doing so if people didn't listen to the last week's Geek News Reviews and Opinions, which me and Alex do with two others as a podcast.
Well, Adam, by the time this episode goes up, it won't be last week.
No, it won't be, but I would like to think so.
You might wanna date
okay,
it.
fine. The December 13th episode. Alex was not there, and
That's
we
right.
actually had quite a few topics that were brought up by Alex that I know he wanted to discuss. So guess what, Alex? We're gonna lightning round it right here.
Lightning round.
Lightning round. Engage. So let's actually just kind of go into the articles, and you can kind of give your opinions on the matter, and while we make our way through this dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, you were the one that presented the Anita Sarkeesian story.
Yeah.
So, you want to give us your thoughts really quick on where you stand with the whole tropes versus women and Anita Sarkeesian?
Oh my goodness, that's a can of worms, really. That's a whole...
Then why did you bring it up?
Well, no, will you please let me talk?
No.
I'm not avoiding the subject, I'm just saying, my god, that's a whole can of worms.
Yep.
And-
I'm gonna let you finish.
I think, like, last year, Angry Joe went through his sort of controversies in gaming through the year.
Yes.
And he talked one about Anita Sarkeesian, and I thought Angry Joe made kind of a valid point. It's like, she may not be completely right, and, well, we shouldn't be threatening her, and maybe it's not such a bad idea to examine things like the tropes in women's and video games. But at the same point, I think Anita, as far as I'm concerned, is completely off base. I think she does overblow a lot of it, and
Have you actually seen tropes versus women?
yes, I have.
Okay.
And I've seen various counter arguments to it as well, and I think a lot of the counter arguments make better points than Anita does.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
So, does she have any business working on this game? And I think the way I can see it, the way the fans are claiming through this petition, no, she doesn't. I mean, she's not really a game player, so why is she consulting on a game at all?
So okay. So I will bring up my point or my opinion to you and just see if that kind of sparks some not necessarily heated debate, but something to talk about. But first we gotta heal everybody, or at least we gotta heal Laya. So my opinion on Anita Sarkeesian is actually, I agree with Angry Joe's statements. Just that the gaming community needs to get off her back. I mean, she's entitled to have an opinion on a given matter. However, I kind of fell more along the lines of Gaijin Goomba. If you've seen his reaction to tropes versus women, where a lot of the information in it just seems outdated.
Yeah.
You know, where she thinks that the princess, damsel in distress story is a common trope in games. I actually went back in the last 2-3 years. I maybe could only name one or two that actually did it, and they were more like side plots kind of thing. They were not the main story. You could make the argument that Mario continues to do it, but I would counter that with, look at Super Mario 3D World. Because Peach was an active character in that.
Yeah.
Or even better, I mean, Nintendo flipped the trope in a DS game and let Peach save Mario. So, it's kind of hard to make that claim. So it's not that I don't think she has an argument. I just think her argument, or the points of it, are outdated.
Yeah.
On the matter.
I mean, look, it's not like every game out there is Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball.
No, they are not. However, I think where my opinion will differ on yours is on this simple point. Do I think EA should not have hired her? I don't have an opinion on the matter because it's not my money. EA can bring her in, it's their money. Okay? You don't have to like it, but here's where I would actually counter the matter. If you are worried already that Anita Sarkeesian is going to destroy Mirror's Edge 2, then don't buy Mirror's Edge 2. Vote with your dollar, people. That's kind of my counter argument on it. Is that we don't have to do the... Because, I mean, when I saw the petition, when you put it up on our thread for news, I just kind of sat there and went, this is Retake Mass Effect all over again. Just because you paid $60 makes you think that you're part of the development process, and bottom line is, you're kind of not. And yes, I just noticed Mew died. No!
Oh, Mew.
We care so much for her that we kind of did a half-hearted, oh no! I'm trying to think, does Laya have a heal? She might. So we'll just use that. It's okay, we have Chris and Ren. So that's kind of my take on it. EA can hire her, but I'll be perfectly honest with people, I wasn't going to buy Mirror's Edge 2. I was so dissatisfied by Mirror's Edge 1 that I'm not interested. So this doesn't really affect me. But again, I think the petition is a little blown out of proportion in the fact of...
But at the same time, she's proposing a different control scheme for women. I mean, come on.
Well, yeah, that was stupid, okay? And that was dinky, alright? And I totally agree with that, and you know what? For proposing that, she is just as sexist as the video game industry she purports to state against, alright? That's just the bottom line of the matter. But, again, she has a right to have an opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to fault her for that. But if you don't like the fact that she's involved with your game, don't buy the game. I don't think, personally, DICE ought to be making Mirror's Edge 2.
Yeah, but that's your opinion.
That's mine,
There are people who liked Mirror's Edge and probably were excited for Mirror's Edge 2, but, well, how can you get excited knowing this critic that kind of says, oh, you play games, you're a sexist pig.
Very simple. Grand Theft Auto fans, how many of you actually bought a frickin' copy of Grand Theft Auto just to spit in Jack Thompson's face one more time? It wasn't necessarily that you were a Grand Theft Auto fan, but you knew that Jack Thompson didn't like it, and therefore you bought it just because you wanted to be the violent freak that Jack Thompson said you were. Or you wanted to prove him wrong. It's the exact same thing with Anita Sarkeesian. All you have to do is, when you give her that much level of attention, the best way I can explain this is, one of the books that I've read is The Inheritance Cycle, and I think it gives a perfect way. When you give things a name, you give them power.
Right.
When you acknowledge an argument, you give it power. If Tropes vs. Women hadn't gotten funded or anything like that, we wouldn't be having this conversation. And so that's kind of my advice to people. Just vote with your dollar and don't buy it. Then EA will learn from it. And here's the bottom line, boys and girls. They're going to make another one, alright? EA, I'm thoroughly convinced, can never let a horse lay down for too long. They have to beat it occasionally. They have to find their cash cow for this month. And so they will bring Mirror's Edge back. But this time DICE is listening to you.
Fair enough.
So, alright. And now we are actually in the world of Frigidia. Yes, this is not another broken world. This is an actual snow world. We are now on the legitimate Hoth. Excuse me. For some reason, I have the burps today. So, now with that done, we actually need to make our way to the next town, and I'm not gonna lie, it's quite a walk. So...
Well, we're still in the lightning round.
We're still in the lightning round, and actually I might have to bring up the agenda, because I completely forgot about some of the talking points we had. I wanted to bring up Anita Sarkeesian, though, because you were the one that brought that to us.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask honestly, did you sign the petition?
No, I didn't sign the petition.
Okay.
That's because I haven't played Mirror's Edge, but I'm kind of indifferent to it, but...
You're not missing anything, I promise. And just give me a second, I've got to bring up our agenda for Geek News, because Drak was not prepared. Drak was not prepared! Here we go. So, we'll just cover the stuff that is going to be relevant to you, because, as people know from Geek News, Alex doesn't talk that much, and it's mostly because he doesn't have an opinion on the matter.
Yeah.
So, hold on, let me figure out what we're going to go into the next. So, I think this was another one that you brought up. The indie game studio that got denied on its insurance because it makes violent games.
Really sucks, I gotta say.
Now, me and Romney did our homework on the matter, and it doesn't necessarily look like the insurance themselves did it. It looked more like the broker did.
Mm-hmm.
But, again, that's one of those things where I would like to know the name of the insurance company. And if they so much as supported Halo, Gears of War, Grand Theft Auto,
I kind of
any of those games, then I would say no.
I kind of doubt that it's a big enough studio a big enough firm, I mean, because this is an indie studio, so they'd probably be going after a different insurance agencies.
And the game that they're currently working on is Kickstarter funded. So...
Yeah, so I don't imagine this is like a big name insurance provider that's worked with big name companies like EA or Bungie in the past.
Mm-hmm. And at that point, I find it really kind of hard to fault them because, well, it's their money.
Well,
they can choose to cover you or not.
No, how can you not fault them for it, though? Because it's such a
I fault their thinking on the matter, but
because it's like, well, look, I mean, you still see people flock or cover violent movies, so... And there's so many studies out there now proving that
I would just like to stop.
Don't cause violence.
I would just like to stop this and have you look at the woman.
Wow.
I think is she staring into your soul?
Yeah.
I think she's staring into your soul, Alex.
Okay. And Ren's poison.
And look at her manly thighs.
Yeah.
All right. Back on topic. Sorry.
Anyway.
Sorry. I had to do the whole because when I first saw that enemy, I was just like, I can't move. You know.
Yeah. But because it's the bandwagon thing right now to do is to be all suddenly concerned about violent video games. Right, we're seeing it everywhere. We're seeing the politicians, and we're seeing the awareness groups. So I'm just thinking, well, yeah, this one does it. What's to stop the next one? Because, well, that's where the good PR is.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think it really sucks the studio got screwed. I hope someone else picked up for
I think what we saw was that the situation had resolved itself.
Okay.
But, you know, it's one of those things where I fault their line of thinking on the matter, but I'm never going to tell a company how to spend their money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I would not, like, for this independent studio, people who support the retake Mass Effect thing are going to bring this up to me. Well, what about a Kickstarter game? You funded it. Yes, you did. Does that still make you part of the creative process? No.
Oh, kind of it does.
What it does is that you've basically, in good faith, imparted your money because you know that they will make you have done it in good faith that they will make a good product.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That's what you've done.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that, like, when Ron Gilbert, Tim Schafer brought in, it doesn't mean he brought in every stinking Kickstarter backer for Broken Age.
Yeah.
Because he didn't. There's too many people. How are you going to fit millions and millions of people into one studio while you work on a game?
Well, they will do things like that at some of the really high-end tiers, like like several $1,000s.
Yes, and in a lot of cases, some of those Kickstarter backers weren't that big. But you'll get your honorable mentions, like Broken Age and Shovel Knight did it too, where Shovel Knight actually did a really good idea where they basically made pixelized portraits of every Kickstarter backer. And so you can actually see Kickstarter backers like Ego Raptor in the portrait room.
Yeah.